Hey guys, Benji here. It is good to have you. So the big question of the day is, does pornography cause erectile dysfunction, ED? In this video, I'm going to tell you two really important things that you should know and exactly how porn does cause erectile dysfunction. And also, most importantly, I'm going to give you a solution to this issue. Now, the first important way that porn does cause erectile dysfunction is in the body. When you masturbate to content online that is overstimulating, when you're masturbating, typically across the board, men grip their penis in a way that is unrealistic and does not replicate the experience of having real sex. So when you do have an actual sexual relationship and experience, you're unable to perform and you're unable to keep an erection because you've trained your body to just be aroused by the stimulation, the very specific stimulation of yourself masturbating. And this is very, very common when guys are watching porn and excessively, they are in bed with their wife, their woman, and they're unable to keep an erection and get frustrated because of it. If you think about it logically, right? If you were watching porn in masturbating in the morning, and then in the evening of the same day, it's very unlikely that you'll have any energy or any juice left to keep it up and have a sexual experience. So that's the first main way, is in the body. It physically just, A to B, you just are unable to perform because you don't have the energy left in you many times. But also on top of that, you've trained your body to only respond to a sexual experience. But there's a way around this that I'm going to talk about after I talk about the important brain differences that this make. Okay, so this is the second reason. The second important reason why porn affects your ability to keep an erection is simply that when you're watching porn, especially, the nature of the content of pornography is very overstimulating. It's novel constantly. It's ever growing and infinitely available and constantly new, that you can never get bored. So contrast that with the typical experience of a man having a sexual relationship, usually with one partner, is that it's just you can't compare. It's you've trained your mind to be so hypersexualized and overstimulated by specific content, and you've been masturbating to that and imprinting in your mind that this is what is attractive, this is what is beautiful. The same can be said for the analogy of junk food, right? If you were to eat junk food enough, let's say McDonald's, for example's sake, it doesn't have to be McDonald's, whatever. If you ate McDonald's every day and that's what you relied on as your source of food and nourishment, you would not be able to eat anything else without it feeling kind of bland or kind of gross. You always go back to that specific junk food because you've trained your mind and your body to only respond to that. Okay, it's the same thing that's happening with ED. So the solution around this, guys, is you've got to detox. You've got to reboot. You've got to rewire your brain. I'm saying it takes as little as 21 days to reboot your brain, okay? We have a addiction scale that we talk about from 1 to 10. It's a self-labeled, self-identified scale, but 1 being a very tame habit with porn, and 10 being an extreme, can't even go a few hours or a day without acting out sexually. It's something for you to decide where you are on the spectrum. I talk about this a lot in other videos in more depth, so feel free to check out those videos. But basically, if you find yourself in the middle, kind of in a habit where usually you act out maybe once a week or every few weeks, or usually somebody in the middle of the spectrum is somebody who kind of only uses porn when they're experiencing extreme negative emotions like stress. They're really stressed out because of work or life or family or their relationship with their spouse, or kind of anger, or those they only use porn as a kind of a crutch to escape those feelings, right? So if you're in the middle, which most people, in my experience, about 80% of people are kind of in the middle, then it is actually doable for you to reboot in 21 days and quit porn for good. It's possible. I've seen it. I've done it. I've worked with people who do this. It's extremely possible. The only thing that's limiting you is you yourself. The only barrier for you is your ability to just say yes, to take an action, to do it. Sometimes we try to keep a habit close to us because we're afraid to let it go. If we're really honest with ourselves, if you're really an addict, they say that the best addicts make the best liars, right? It's really true for lying to other people, but it's more true for lying to yourself. The best addicts often tell ourselves that we don't have a problem, that we can quit any time, that if it was a really big problem, I could just quit it any time. But if you're watching this video, the chances are that this is the time to take action. This is the time to do something about it, okay? So that's why I made the 21-day reboot challenge just for you guys. You can go to benuyama.com and check it out there. It's really a way to not only cut the habit out of your life, but on top of that, most importantly, to replace the habit with things that are really exciting to you, that really get you up in the morning, get you going, so that pornography doesn't even become an issue anymore. When you think about the junk food analogy, right? If you fill your life with food that is just good and delicious, those two elements, it's good for you and delicious, then McDonald's won't be an issue, my friends. It will not be an issue for you anymore. So find those things in your life. I really encourage you guys to do the 21-day reboot. If this video is helpful for you guys, do give it a smash the like button so that more people can find it just like us. And also YouTube will try to send you guys more videos because I think you need it, quite frankly. But yeah, it's good to have you. Check out other videos on this channel if you want. Take care.